things, it is conditional. I love you this much, you love me this much. If really it is such one-sided, then love withers away, gradually. That means I love you on my condition. I love you so long my mind gets satisfaction or I feel comfortable. And when discomfort starts, I don't like it. We say, I don't like it. That likingness is my on my mental condition, my physical condition, my expectations. When it is fulfilled, my expectation is fulfilled, I am very happy. I love you very much. But when it happens that it does not, then it turns to such animosity, even people can kill each other. So what is the condition? Mother means unconditional. So if we find that in anyone's life, that unconditional love is flowing, we call him the mother, Ramakrishna. His love flew for everyone, unconditioned. Whatever condition there come, Holy Mother, best example, Holy Mother Sarada Devi. A person coming with extremely high state of wealthy situation, or a most poor person, or most sinner, most pure. In the eyes of Mother, their love flew unconditional. Not looking at the fault of the child or fault of the person whom I am loving. That is not my business. Spirituality, when it grows, because it is the expression of infinite bliss, infinite joy, infinite peace within, then it is when the heart is full, it flows, overflows. There is no condition of that love. This happens in the condition of our earthly mother also. That's why your earthly mothers are called sparks of that divine mother. And the divine mother may come in form of mother, aspect of Ma Saroda. Also it can come in the form of Shankara. It can be expressed in the life of Buddha, Sri Chaitanya, Ramanuja. All the people who we see, their life demonstrates that unconditional flow of love is running to help someone, redeem someone, to take away their suffering on their condition, not on Buddha's condition, not on Shankara's own condition. So this is the uniqueness of love which we are going to talk about, or we try to understand, that love which is flowing, not thinking that I am fit to get that love, but it is His grace, and there is no boundary how much to give. Ramakrishna with Girish Ghosh, you look at that life, how he treated, how many abuses even Girish did. Just example to remind yourself, remember that one day Ramakrishna asked some Jogin Maharaj or somebody to go and find to Girish Ghosh to bring some, what you call, candles. And Girish was in his full mood of fully drunk. And he seeing him, he said, "What? Oh, so, sir, I am coming from Dakshineshwar." "Oh, you are coming from Dakshineshwar." And Sri Ramakrishna, Girish lay flat towards Dakshineshwar, in the ground. And then he said, "What's the matter?" "Well, Ramakrishna has asked, send me to collect some candle. And he started abusing in very harsh word, because he is not in his normal mood, in drunk mood. Yeah, he is a poor Brahmin and asking for candle. How much is the price of a candle then? No. Now we consider the market value of a piece of candle. And he started using such filthy words and this and about Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna is a very stingy miser and cannot afford for one piece of, ask somebody and he just send it to me, walking this distance of Bagbazar and Dakshineshwar, that much walking up. And anyhow, ultimately scolding and abusing the name of Ramakrishna. And then he gave some candle. And then Ramakrishna, when he came back, Sri Ramakrishna asked, what happened? Oh, you got the candle, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Sir, never send me to such a rogue. And what he has done? You see, he is abusing your name, my guru, and he is talking about you in such vulgar language and using whatever comes in his mouth. Okay, wait. What he did, first of all, tell me what happened. You went and relate the story totally. And when the story was related, then said, you fool, you don't see? As soon as he heard the name of Ramakrishna, he lay flat on the ground. You didn't see that devotion. You only saw the other side. See, this is mother's love. Girish, we would have remembered what? What he said in the mood of his intoxicated mood, no? But his heart flew, his devotion, inner core of that personality, the love which is hidden, is not noticed by us. And we could have abandoned that person forever from the life because he used such things. In our life it happens, no? Relationship break because of this type of behavior. Any single one incident may crack the relationship, deep relations. That is the point. But here comes the unconditional love which flew all the time. And Girish was forever. Ramakrishna used to not look at any fault. This big book, Swami Chaitanyananda's book, can help us to understand him. Now, so Buddha and Shankara, that condition, it is only, so whoever comes, their heart, motherly heart flows for them, and it is that unconditional love, unselfish. No, unselfish means I am to gain anything back. I don't expect anything from you. So this type of love, when it is found, it is only found in avatars, the extreme holy people, more than others, and in good people, it is the characteristic to develop that unselfish love. That I don't want anything, but I love you. Unselfish love is really rare. Always selfishness, some sort of my expectation, my desire. Even my son I love. Son should be like this. It is my expectation. Yeah, there is nothing wrong, but still there is this expectation. But for the divine people like Buddha and Shankara, we'll find, I can give one or two stories like that will tell us that how their love flow, unconditional, and not judging who is that guy, what is the wrong thing he has performed, and how he is bad but the soul which is inside, they can feel the cry of that soul. It is said that unbounded, and that boundary also is not, so it dependent not on the merit of the person whom they love or we love, but is a inward capacity to just send that flow of love to. And this is protection is also. It is also said that compassion and forgiveness, these are the two characteristics, and it is said even in some song and devotional songs there is said, if the son or daughter may be little bad, but no mother should be, any bad mother should be there. And she is the creative force. That's also another thing. That is the Maya Shakti, and protector of the children, and destroys their evil obstacles. Like you see Hindu gods and goddesses we worship, Mother Durga, Mother Kali. It may be fearful, but it is not that. Mother is holding the sword to protect the child and giving boon and blessings to the child. So this is the character. They take something fearful, even in life it comes, it is all Mother's grace comes. So that is the power, fearful. And also ultimately they give the wisdom, knowledge, higher wisdom. So we find that in Mahajana and Vajrayana traditions also, motherhood of the divine is symbolically accepted, and the enlightenment of qualities come in the name of Maha, they call the Maha Karuna or Bodhisattva ideal. Infinite love, infinite compassion. And that is the ideal of Bodhisattvas. They remain to come back again and again to do good to the world. And these forms of Mother Tara, Avalokiteshwar, these are the symbols of removal of the suffering of the children. Wisdom that gives birth to enlightenment. And so Pragya Paramita, perfection of wisdom, that is also called the mother of the Buddhas. Patience and tolerance, that is the characteristic of mother, has infinite patience and tolerance till the son is grown up. No? So our spiritual wisdom, till we attain spiritual wisdom, that is the only job of the motherly heart of Buddhas, Shankaras, Krishnas, Ramas. They only want that our ignorance, the highest obstacle of our life is the ignorance. And to know who we are, till we reach that point, Mother takes us. And Buddhas and Shankaras, they live for this type of guidance to our life. If we look at Shankara's life, Buddha's life. Buddha's life, we find that there is a story, few stories we can remember. That there was one story of a Kisha Gautami, and she lost her child, and she was crying and weeping and heard that Buddha is an enlightened person, and she brought the child baby in front of Buddha and said, please do something to revive my son. And Buddha, he felt so much love and compassion for her, but how to teach? Not saying big talks and lectures, but with so much affection and feeling the suffering. Then he said, okay, I will try. Only I want one item. You have to bring, what is that? Bring one handful of sesame seed from any home. Go and find out some home and bring one handful of sesame seed. Or what? And ask only one condition. If that home is not haunted by the death, or meaning simply nobody died in that home. See, Buddha's heart is blending, is feeling the pain and agony. He could have a bodhisattva state, okay, I am absorbed in my samadhi. No. He is acting as a benevolent mother's role, but how? Mother's role is not only to feed the child, but to liberate the child from all types of obstacles. And that's why in earthly mother, earthly worldly way, we mothers try to make the best effort to raise their children with high education, good things to happen in their life, removes the obstacles until they... So in spiritual sense, these Buddhas and Shankaras, they wait till the enlightenment comes. So then, instead of giving any good advice, the world is unreal, it is dukkha, forget that, this is what is there, go beyond mind, beyond... Buddha could have given, Buddhistic philosophy is so much dealing with the mind. It is your mind, what is your son, who is your this, we can say. But what Buddha did, he said, only go and bring some handful of sesame seed, okay? And only if you can bring, then I shall try to revive the child. And then she went door to door. And everyone is willing to give a handful of sesame seed. What is the price of it? Nothing. If the son can be revived. But everyone backed out and said, oh, I can give this as message, but your second condition I cannot fulfill. I have lost my mom, or I have lost my dad, my grandma, grandpa, my son has been, or something in the family. Every home, every person have the experience of death in their family. So, what she got? Door to door, that Kisha went one place to other. And then what she ultimately gained that knowledge? Every home, everyone has faced death. Even the loved one who they love, or you hate, matters little. You love someone or hate someone, there is a life has birth, it will bring his death. His philosophy, Janma, sort of 6 changes of life happens. So it is an inevitable truth. To give this knowledge and release her ignorance, Buddha take this practical step, and she went from door to door, asking for some solution, but found that no, death cannot be, you have no control over death. As is one is born, it will die, it will grow, it will die, some die early, some die late. So this is the simple, some example, one story that Buddha, without arguing, giving some argument or reasoning, laid her tenderly heart to give the idea that yes, you have to accept the world, and birth leads to death, and accept that, and not to. Everyone is facing that same situation. So this is the highest knowledge, no? If we understand everything is subject to death and decay, and one day disappear, no? Then how will be our lifestyle? How will we think? We are serious about so many things in life. If we understand death is so much sure in our life rather than anything, then what will be our approach? Life will change, attitude will change, our focus will change, and enlightenment will come. And that is the way, that is the heart of Buddha, Shankara, like that. This is the heart which is leading, that to lead to the truth, but at the same time with loving care and attention. You cannot do that. Yeah, as miracle, Buddha could have really, Christ did that. Lazarus come out and Lazarus became alive, no? But it can be done. But Buddha here, that's also love, that's also affection. Suffering of the child so much that he exercises miraculous power. No, it's nothing for God. God's power, the whole entire universe is his miracle. No. If we call God or Mother, whatever name you give, in Vedantic perspective, we know it is only one. And if that creation is running on, so this power is the divine power, and incarnation itself is, that is the Mother's grace. He, the Lord God of the universe, takes a human form. Then we call it avatar. What is the avatar's definition? Definition of incarnation is that Bhagavan comes down in the human form. That Lord God, who is the absolute Saguna, Nirakara aspect of the divine. Nirakara, Nirguna is Brahman. Transcendental, beyond all duality. But one step down with the Maya Shakti, when it becomes the Ishvara, which is called the God in the concept of Judeo-Christian idea, and in Hinduism we call Bhagavan, Ishvara, these are the names. He himself comes down. So it is nothing unusual for him to do miracle. What is miracle? The world is created and is running on so smoothly. And what's the point of relieving one soul from life, death to life? But this is to give the knowledge and wisdom. And that itself, he is coming down and taking a human body, that itself is the motherly love for humanity. Because it is said that Bhagavan comes down, such a Bhagavan, Ajo Pishan, which has no birth, Abhaya Atma, which is undecaying, Ishvaro Upisham, is the Lord God and controller of the universe. He comes down out of compassion for the humanity, out of compassion, to redeem our suffering, to take us from our all misconducts and bad karmas, to wipe out our bad karmas. He comes down. So this is the great concept of avatars, motherhood, that to come down, it is really hard, no? Coming down, how much suffering they go through. Their growth period happens. Look at every avatar's life, how much they go through the abuse of the human beings, and also like we are. They are also having disease and death and suffering and pleasure and pain come. But they show an example before us that motherly nature, it is only for the good of humanity they come. So we thought about this. See, there was another story, Angulimala, in the life of Shankara. Now Buddha's life, Angulimal. Angulimal means there was a bandit, fearful bandit. He used to kill, rob, and then as proud that how many people he had killed, he used to make a garland. How? Taking the thumb, cutting the thumb. Anguli Mala. His name became Anguli Mala, means Mala, the garland. And one after another, fingers or cut fingers are hanging on this, indicating how many people he has killed. That Angulimal met Buddha. Buddha was going into some destination, and he thought that he will go through this route in the jungle, and it was his domain. So he went and he said, but seeing Buddha, Buddha said, "You stop. I am stopping, you stop." And that word worked miracle. And then he stopped and saw in Buddha something which transformed that Angulimal, and he fell at the feet of Buddha and then said, normally such a fearful person, if surrenders, ordinary people will be fearful to accept him. Good people, gurus, some gurus you go, and they will say, "You are not so pure that I can accept you." So such a fearful bandit, to accept him as his disciple, he accepted him as his, and gave him the sannyas and became a Buddhist monk. But when he became like that, he was a transformed personality. Angulimal was transformed by the touch of Buddha. And that means what? You have to understand how in a moment it happens. Buddha took away the ignorant part of Angulimal and gave him the wisdom. That means it's a transfer of energy. The Rajas and Tamas has been supplemented by Sattvika quality. So when that transformation came, then that person took refuge, and Buddha, with equal love, accepted him as his disciple. And when disciple, and he was practicing in a Buddhist monk, but people knew that he was a bandit dacoit. And when he used to go through the streets and on the road, and then everyone used to criticize him, talk very ill about him. Some used to throw stones, young boys and children. They say, "Hey, man, that bandit is going," but he does not react. But when he met and came back, every day's experience, going to begging, getting stone on his body, and bleeding comes and here, but he does not react because Buddha, no ahimsa. So when this come, so then he said, he one day came to Buddha and said, "This is happening, what shall I do?" Buddha said, "Bear it patiently. You are experiencing the result of your past karma. had you not renounced, you would have suffered more. So bear with it. You have done so much bad karma. Huh? To give little experience, though is the mother, divine mother's power, love is flowing, but at the same time saying that you have done so much bad karma. Holy Mother said, no, if you take the name of God, what will happen? Where there is a plow pain, plow prick in the body, no? A plow may go out. That means a severe pain one have to bear with. You will only feel little pinprick. So says this is a pinprick you are getting. And you have to compensate your bad karma. That would have been unbearable. So this is the knowledge. It is also he has revived him, and can he not take out that part also? God can take out. But the point is that giving the idea that yes, karma will have some reaction, understand this, as also get to the wisdom. This is only, we can change ourselves. So Angulimal's example is a great example to how to love a bandit and how to transform his life and get the enlightenment, that enlightenment which will be making them free from all bondage. No? And if you look at Shankara's like, we can find Shankara is Shankara is normally criticized much more. Adi Shankara, a towering philosopher, a champion of Advaita Vedanta, no? Our total Advaita Vedanta stands because of Shankara. Otherwise you have lost it. Yet had a tender and compassionate motherly heart. Normally Shankara is slightly heartless Vedantin. Who is mother? Who is father? Who is your guru? Who is your shishya? Everything is useless, no? Such a strong Vedantic argument of negation. So he's hard-hearted. He does not care for the suffering of the world. It appears to us. But his life will be example. When one day Shankara went for begging, as the sadhus go for begging food. So he went from door to door. So one day he went to beg, and he entered into a room where the lady, very old lady, has nobody, only single person lives in their cottage. It is very poor, a leaky roof, floor is muddy, mud floor, and she has nothing. So it must search, but she was so much full of seeing Shankara, full of love. Then she found, and ultimately found one small amlaki fruit. What is amlaki? English term? Amla. Gooseberry, okay. So that one dried gooseberry, we use in our puja time, on amlaki. So that you can collect from anywhere. She probably collected somewhere in some gooseberry tree was there. So only one piece of gooseberry she could find and said, Baba, my child, I have nothing else. I tried and found only this. Just not a grain of rice in her own home to feed herself, but to give away. So Shankara, seeing this, she was overwhelmed with love, overflowing love. And says, and prayed to Devi, is called Kono Lakshmi, Ma Lakshmi, and prayed to Mother Lakshmi for the removal of the lady's suffering. And she, not saying that give something, but she only composed a prayerful verse about Mother Lakshmi. Kanakambara, it is called the Kanakadhara Stotra. That Stotra. Shankara has written so many beautiful verses about Mother Annapurna, Mother Ganga, and so it is not dryness. It is the compassion side is manifested in when needed. And as I said, Shankara is coming down as a human being, that itself is compassion, motherly compassion. Forgetting that even these small stories can give us little glimpse how his love was overflowing. So he then composed, standing before the old lady, and started chanting this verse. He is master with very devotion, with great devotion, is praying, "O Mother, Sampada Karani, you are the giver of wealth. Sakalendiyo Nandanani, you give her the pleasure to all the senses of a human personality. Samrajya Dana Vibhavini, you can give the right to rule kingdoms even. And you are the Saro Ruha Akshi, your lotus eyes bless everyone. And Tat Bandhanani Durita Aharana Uddatani, see to whom salutations remove all miseries. You remove the miseries of all. And please do something for this lady, no? And my mother, to you, I salute you. Devi Prasida, O Devi, be gracious. O Jagan Mata, O Mother of the universe, Jagat Mohini, Santatam, enchantress of the entire world. And you do take away in different times, it is your remembrance alone that is enough to remove all suffering and bring all good. So like that he composed a beautiful day, and actually what happened? That is a miracle, that dry gooseberry, then it became a gold turned into gold. And then with tearful eyes, he gave it back to the old lady, and that's removed her suffering. So this is just very, it may appear insignificant, but the loving heart of Shankara is expressed in this way. Shankara did not pray for anything for himself or saying that I am doing, the egolessness at the same time, but this feeling for this woman's suffering and making her free from the poverty which she was going through. Our own mother, Shankara was a monk, and he said, who is mother, who is father, all the time he said. But look at his own life when he wanted to be a monk. And mother, only widow mother, only one son, and nobody to look after. And to give permission to become a monk, that was heartbreaking. But anyhow, that story you know, that Shankara was gone to take a dip in the nearby river, and mother was also together. And he was a boy of 7, not yet 8 years old. It is approaching 8. Say 7 years, 5, 6, 7, 8 months boy. And swimming, and naturally one crocodile came. And crocodile caught the Shankara's leg, and he's been pulled, and people are also seeing some crocodile pulling Shankara into the waters. That means mother is seeing, but she's crying. Then Shankara says, Ma, give me permission to be a monk. Give me permission to be a monk. Then mother, what should do? See one side, the crocodile will kill. Or better to be a monk, that's all, at least he will be in the body. And crocodile is taking the baby to eat. And she cried, okay, you become, but I want that you should be freed from crocodile. And whatever miracle happened, and the crocodile left, and Shankara came back, and then he took the sannyas, got the permission, and went to take sannyas from his guru, etc., etc. But while going, Shankara gave his mother some word. So, Ma, I am going away. She says, you are going, who will look after me? If I am dead, even no one will not know. They said, okay, don't worry. Whenever you will remember me, I will appear before you. And that happened. You know the story, that when Shankara's mother was passing away, she thought about Shankara, and Shankara was at a far distance. Yogis have the power to appear and disappear, no? Moving 100 miles, 200, 500 miles is no problem. They can disappear from here, in the Sukshma body, they can reappear there. So Shankara did that and appeared before mother and nursed mother, took care of mother. This is another side of it. Sannyasi, he cannot do all these things in normal, traditional monks' ideal, that they don't do that. But he came and he appeared before mother, served mother, and mother left the body. But before leaving the body, Shankara, what he did, he said, he make the Ishta Darshan. He has the vision of her Ishta, Devi. That means she is meditating on probably Krishna, and Krishna appeared, and darshan of Krishna is given. So, liberating the mother from physical bondage, from the body, and liberating the mother from eternal bondage of birth and death. And the divine entity appeared, and then she thought, and then left the body. And then monastic rules is there. We are auspicious in many places, monks, but inauspicious in two places. One place, when someone dies, and when there is a marriage, because it contradicts their principle. So here, you have no right, after you die, after you take a sannyas, you have no right to do any rituals, like the rites and rituals of after death, what people do as a son, as a daughter. You cannot do that. You have finished during the time of sannyasa. So here, Shankara violated that rule. Himself took mother to take care of the mother's last rites. See the love for, heart is full of love. It is, but what is the real love? Real and genuine love. Real and genuine love is to go to that person when he or she needs that, one point, most, and to give the highest wisdom, eternal freedom from the rounds of births and deaths. So this is the Shankara's dealing with his own mother, and he broke all the rules which he actually should not do as a monk. So this is the sign of his infinite love. There is another story that there was one Kapalik. Kapalik, those are left-handed tantric sadhakas, and they have different rituals to do, and for material gain, suppose you want to go to heaven, no? You can do some rituals and some sacrifices like that. So this group of Kapaliks, they were like human sacrifice. So that name of that was Krakach, his famous Kapalik. He was that man was Ugra Bhairav was the name of that Kapalik. And what he did, he was struggling whole life, and he had a mystic vision and this worship of this Shakti, that Shiva appeared, and Shiva told that you will be what you want, my child. And this Ugra Bhairav, this Kapalik said, I want to live with you in your realm of divine presence. That's a good desire. But then how shall I get it? Because he is practicing this left-handed tantra. And then he said, if you can just sacrifice the head of a great holy person or a king, then you can get that to live with me in the heaven. Anyhow, we don't understand this type of thing. But anyhow, he got this boon. And he was searching for someone to get a candidate like that. And he met this Shankara. And Shankara, when he met, and he argued with him, but he was defeated. Shankara defeated the other guy, the Ugra Bhairav. And then the rule is that if you get defeated, then you will have to follow the path of the other. So the Ugra Bhairav had to relent to the path of Shankara. So he became a disciple of Shankara. But he was by that time old, about 100 years old guy. Ultimately, such a Pandit, such a scholar and practitioner of left-handed Tantra, so much expert in that, he ultimately changed his philosophy and became a Shankara's devotee. And every day he used to listen to Shankara with rapt attention, but he used to cry all the time. So one day, Shankara said in private, "Why are you crying so much?" "No, I cannot say that to you. Please forgive me. But if you permit me, I can tell you when I am alone with you." So okay, one day they make a space because his disciples are always surrounding himself, big scholarly disciples of Shankara, Sureshwaracharya, Padmapada, these are the name of the great. So then when it was he said that, "You come to me and tell me what you want." Then he said, I am always asking you that I have got a boon from Shiva. And Shiva says that if I can sacrifice some human head to Mother Kali, his worship Mother Kali, then I will get the vision of, I will be able to, after death, I go to Shiva Loka. I will live in the plane of Shiva and I will be with him. Then he said, "You are a non-dualist. I am teaching you non-dual Vedanta." No? I am teaching you non-dual Vedanta. What is non-dual Vedanta? These planes, these are also within the realm of duality. And even this duality is not permanent, it is impermanent. It is always temporary. This life is temporary. You get a higher body in heaven, God's body, that's also temporary. So why are you asking for going to Shiva and being there for a long time? You are that Atman. Then he said, "Sir, I understand everything, but my heart wants that I want to be with the Shiva in the Shiva Loka." And then Shankara's heart was so much soothed with compassion. He agreed, okay, I will fulfill your desire. That means he is asking him, Shankara, to sacrifice his head. Shankara says, "But how can I go? These disciples are all surrounding me, and I cannot be free. Wherever I will go, these people will be surrounding me." Then he said, "No, sir, we can plan something." Good planning. He said, "What plan?" They said, "On the day of new moon, it was a dark night, so everyone will be sleeping in the middle of the night. Your disciples also, all other disciples will be sleeping. So we will meet in certain this point. You will wake up and you will walk down, come here, and I will be waiting for you. And I will take you into the jungle where this ceremony will happen. I will pre-arrange everything. Only you come over there, then I will take care of the rest." Shankara says, okay. He thought, his compassionate heart thought, if my sacrifice pleases this poor guy, who I have no need of my body. Who cares? I have done my enough work of Vedanta preaching and things. But if this boy, this is not a boy, he's 100 years old sadhaka, that's called the Bhairav, practitioner of the Kapalika philosophy. Then if he finds joy, okay, I am ready to sacrifice. And they agreed. And what happened? Everyone is sleeping in the midnight. And Shankara suddenly woke up and slowly went. And then went into the point where that Ugra Bhairav will come. And he met there. And the Ugra Bhairav said, waiting there. And Ugra Bhairav was so excited and happy that now I got my wish fulfilled. And I am waiting for this to happen for a whole life. I am now 100 years old. I will now do this sacrifice and go to the Shiva Loka with Shiva. Then both went there, and then every rituals were finished, and Shankara was asked to get ready, and Shankara said, okay, give me a little time. And he withdrew his mind and absorbed in samadhi, and then he was put to, almost going to be killed, and suddenly an uproar of a, what do you call, Narasingha. Narasingha means half lion, half man. That appeared suddenly and he took the sword from Ugravairav's hand and killed Ugravairavra himself. And with a fury, the whole jungle was reverberating with the roar of the Narasingha. And all other disciples by that time, they are present there. What has happened? Padmapada, one of the disciples of Shankara, he was sleeping. His Ishtadevata was this Narasingha. Shankara's disciple, his name is Padmapada. Padmapada's guru, Ishta mantra was this Narasingha. God, Hapna. Narasingha Murti came to kill Kamsa. In the history we find in these are stories, whatever stories or reality, I do not know what is stated in the scriptures. So what happened? Padmapada was sleeping, and suddenly in his dream, and all other disciples were sleeping in the center where Shankara was there, but suddenly his dream broke, and he saw that Guru is being taken to Shankara was taken to somewhere, and something happening very bad to Shankara. And he woke up, and once, twice, thrice he saw the dream. Then he woke up, and then stood and wake up every disciple, and then ran unconditionally towards the jungle, and no thinking where they are running. And then he said, I fainted, I do not know anything, but the rest of the thing is this. Narasingha appeared and killed. Shankara, after this episode, Shankara asked Padmapada, why did you do that? How it happened? He said, I have nothing to do. I was sleeping. In the dream I saw that you, my Guru, has been taken to some place and it is getting to be slaughtered or head is chopped. I do not know. I ignored the dream, one dream. Second time I felt, and another time, 3 times I got that dream, then I do not know. Then I do not know what to do, how to save my Guru, and we find that you are not there. And then I recalled my Ishta Devata, and he gave me one boon that if you need any time, he will appear before me. So I do not know, I got fainted, I got unconscious after that, and I see this is the situation. Ultimately, it protected you. So Shankara says, I agreed to sacrifice myself. Why did you become an obstacle? Well, I didn't do anything. Is Narasingha protected you? So, meaning, this is whatever may be the story, but the intention, see, Shankara easily giving his life for the sacrifice of others. For even such a Kapalika who has a bad intention to kill Shankara-like person, and he agrees himself. Is it ordinary love? As a child, for this child's sake, mother sometimes can give the life. I don't care. If my son becomes alive, I can sacrifice. That's a genuine spiritual love. So that is the love Shankara had, Buddha had. And that is the love in our heart also. We have to develop in our spiritual life that idea, that spirituality is not dry bones of philosophy and understanding. It is also, it manifests this love, unconditional love in the heart of all. And Buddhas and Shankaras are the Shankaras, Rama, Krishna, Sri Chaitanya. They are examples. In Sri Chaitanya's life, Nityananda, Sri Chaitanya, that the drunkard. What is the name of the two drunkard? Jogai and Madhai. In the life of Sri Chaitanya, there are two drunkard and very bad guy. Anyone who is talking about God's name, he used to criticize them, he used to heckle them, he used to beat them. And God's name, he was angry with that, these two, Jogai and Madhai. And once the Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda came and singing and dancing, please take the name of Lord and take the name of Lord. And then he was so angry, he threw away some earthen pitcher of, he was drinking from the earthen pitcher, some wine, and that he threw and he's bleeding here. Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda particularly, that's bleeding all over the body. And but still Nityananda is saying, same motherly love. Okay, you kill me, but take the name of Krishna. Take the name of Krishna. So this is the universal principle, that spirituality should bring this motherly love. That's why you see any good person, they start some organization to do help of people, to do some higher education, lower education, education, health care. So anyone doing that, you know, there's the development of this mother's heart. And this mother's heart is very much needed to this context, what is going on all around, more than ever. So this is very important to look at the incarnation, not spirituality. I am spiritual. It does not mean anything unless it manifests in the life of this infinite healing for others and to help others, like a mother. Unconditional, 2-3 points are to remember. What is mother's love? Genuine mother's love is not on my condition, but your condition. Whatever you are, accept. Accept the child when he is smiling, accept the child when he is soiled his cloth. And lovingly take care of the child. Who takes care of the child's soiled clothes? Who cleans the child with love and affection? Not that when he is smiling, not that when he is crying. In any condition, that love should flow. That is called Buddha's love. That is called Shankara's love. They are the ideal, but we can imitate in our life. And then we are spiritual. Then your japa is good. Your meditation is good. Your chanting is good. Your singing is good. Going to holy place is good. To temple is good. Everything is good. That means that love, overflowing love, we should develop that. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
We have time for a question or two?
If you have.
Any questions? We have time for a question or two.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. You've come to us back very soon. We miss you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Wonderful comment.
Thank you, Swami. I also have questions. Can an unenlightened person love unconditionally? We know we're talking about Buddha and Shankara as enlightened beings with unconditional love.
Little closer.
Us poor unenlightened souls.
Little closer and loud.
Yes, for us poor unenlightened souls, can we love unconditionally?
Unconditional.
Can regular jivas like us, can we love unconditionally?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a good question. Very good. Yeah. Not in the, and I can, yes, we can love unconditionally, not now. Because I am body bound. I love my body. So long I love my body, I love my mind. So I love what my body wants, what my mind wants. We cannot have unselfish love. But we can train ourselves to be unselfish as we think of God more and more and more. God is unselfishness. God is love. God is joy. God is peace. God is harmony. Everything what is noble and great, that is His. So it will come into us. Look at that. A brutal person in our life also. We are not that spiritual, or we are not thinking of so much to. As you are practicing, you will feel that the transformation is coming. Transformation is coming, you will feel for the suffering of others. People previously, maybe you don't care. Some homeless guy is standing over there. But when you pass now, you think, oh, ha, ha. At least sympathy. You have the feeling to say, aha, he's suffering. Another will be, you stop your car, give you 1 penny, $1. People will not give that. They'll say, those who are not practice spirituality, they say, he is karma. Even spiritual people will say, it's karma. Let it go. We should not interfere in the karma. That argument will come. That's a nonsense argument. It's not a good argument. Apparently good argument. If someone is suffering, oh, he is suffering because his karma. Oh, acha, let us put you into trouble and see how is karma. Yes, he is bearing his karma, but your karma is to expand your heart. Swami Vivekananda emphasized all this. Unselfishness is equal to God. I don't understand what is God, but I understand if there is expression of unselfishness. In human love, that's why mother's love is most unconditional love. I'm not talking about adult people, but look at the people who are babies. Who does not love a baby? Because he has no selfishness. Baby has no, like us, selfishness is not grown. So baby, see, a day quiet comes, baby is smiling and can go in his lap. Because baby has no discrimination between holy, unholy, pure, impure, selfish, unselfish. So you can go with a gun in the hand, baby may put it in the mouth. Because he likes to put something in the mouth and it is equal for him. But their ego is not manifested, but it is undeveloped, and a spiritual person with full consciousness transformed into that state, and it will happen. Anyone, all of us can reach that with our effort. When egolessness comes, I sense goes, and then, yeah. Any question?
Swamiji, thank you. I just wanted to ask, like, we come from such pure state of baby, and then because of all the, social programming and all the scars that we accumulate, we develop this ego and we develop so many scars. Is there any way that we can return back to the baby state where we are so pure, so happy, and so unselfish, and so untainted?
What is that?
How to get back to that baby state of pure, so untainted.
Right, exactly.
Is it even possible?
Yes, yeah. That's the same question, yeah. But it's true, it is possible. That's why we are here. We have to reduce our selfishness into unselfishness. That's why we are here. That's why we chant the mantra. That's why you get initiation. That's why you go to holy people. That's why you read beautiful music, listen to beautiful music. We go to Sarvadevananda's talk. We go to listen to so many holy discussions. Why? It is transformation, inner transformation. Every day we can change little by little. And if we know what is more worthwhile, this giving this unselfish love or seeking for love alone. You are poor. When you are begging, you are taking the beggar's position. Love me, love me, love me. I'm bringing, and like a beggar. Rabindranath Tagore has a beautiful song. Bahire re bhikha bhara jhuli, ebare jeno nisheshe hoy khali, অন্তর মোর গোপনে যায় ভরি, প্রভু তোমার দানে. By your gift, let the inner portion of my heart be filled up, and let me stop this begging business in the world. Give me love, give me affection, give me this. You are the infinite. Give, don't ask for. That's a big challenge for us. Immediately we think I will be loser. If I give and I am a fool. I give and everyone takes advantage of me. That's true. But be bold, yes, that is your path. You are accepting that path. Shankara, Buddha, Ramakrishna, what they did? Give. They are taking cancer in their body to give their other suffering to remove. So that will come spontaneous. We will not have to make a fake of that. But it is also to consider that I have to reach this point of perfection. And it is my responsibility. Try, I would suggest Swamiji's idea, you try with becoming selfish. Look at the selfish people in the world. When they die, how happily they die. An unselfish person, let them see how peacefully they die. They live in the world, how unselfish people with a little thing, little something happen, had the adjustability to understand, okay, God's grace, okay, so many people are suffering, what is my suffering? All this concept is gradually changing. Your mind will be tuned to this and it will lead ultimately to a position when we will be perfectly unselfish. Unselfishness is only when our self, small self, is dissolved into big self. And big self is everywhere. Small self is only here. And small self seeks another small self. And naturally, if I think I am the small self, how can I survive unless I add to something? But the adding we take not in a right direction. Spiritual direction is to give, is the becoming big, making my small self big by giving away. That's why Swami Vivekananda says, renunciation and service. They are the two national ideal of India. From time immemorial, Indian spiritual tradition and its ideal is renunciation and service. Renounce your own selfishness, serve the same God in everyone. So this is extending, when you feel sympathy for anyone, you are extending your identity with that. When you feel sympathy, he is suffering. Why are you saying so? Because you are emotionally getting connected with that. If we increase our emotion in all direction like that, you will be God. That's why Swami Vivekananda's cry for the world has to smile with the Lord. No? Everything then becomes a play of God. It is possible, and spiritual life is for that, Vedanta is for that. Even any sadhana in spiritual life, devotional path, knowledge path, karma path, meditation path, or all the Kabbalistic philosophy, these, that, all ends into that. People understand through their mistakes that how much we lose our inner sanity by only thinking that to hold on to me and mine. Shankara has formulated this. Shankara is the mastermind. Ahamidam mamaidam iti naisargiko ayang loko vyavahara. In the human relationship, human behavior, ahamidam, I am this, mamaidam, this is mine. This is the cause of all trouble. Ahamidam mamaidam. If you have given a momo, this is only me and this is mine, then you are restricting your whole identity in these two areas. But I am infinite, I am child of God, you are child of God. If we can extend that way, see, love flows in. But it is a lifelong struggle. And also be careful. You are taking a path, it has its price and penalty. You will be cheated. You will be misunderstood. You will be criticized. But be bold that your path is higher than those who are not thinking the opposite way. It is a challenge, but we will have to go step by step.
Thank you, Swami. Of all the paths you mentioned, which one would open the heart the fastest to love unconditionally? Which path?
According to Vedanta, we will say, make any path will do. It may be a Vedantic path of non-negation. You can take bhakti path, loving God. You can take the selfless service attitude, I am serving God, serving God. Though I serve you, I give this, we were discussing this for 1 hour or more. I can think I gave a lecture. But if I think I am serving God in you, and I am also being served, because my mind is also thinking something nobler. I am not giving anything from a high platform. I am sharing each other. See, this spiritual attitude, if we keep, then it will be opening up my heart. My ego will be lessened. So, karma path, meditation path, but Vedanta will say, take all four, quick journey. 4 methods apply in your life. Get up in the morning, take shower, do your spiritual practice, meditation, mantra, japa, your guru has told you whatever, and finish and pray and sing and pray, that's a devotional. Then come out into the work, that I am the same Lord who is in the shrine I meditated in my heart. He is in all. I am serving Him. I forget. Again, I remind myself, no. I was unconscious, but I was serving God. I am serving God in this person. You are a doctor, think that you are in a patient, you are serving God in the patient. You are a office person, you are doing in your office, I am doing this, it will benefit some people. So it is service to God. Service to God. So whole day service to God, morning meditation, noontime meditation, afternoon meditation, prayer, bhakti, and then jnana. Ultimately, no, anything happens in life, what is there? It is all changing. It is momentary. It is momentary. Take all the 4 methodologies, because we are capable of having these 4 qualities. Emotional quality we have in we are from the very birth. We have our emotional qualities, intellectual quality of analysis, emotional aspect is devotion and action. We are all equipped with that. We have 4 tools in us God has given. Let us utilize these 4 tools. That will be the quickest. If one takes one, he may not be able to do. Suppose you take one path of Vedanta, but when your whole day, 24 hours, say 7-8 hours goes in the office, you go to shopping, you're cooking, cleaning. So your day is how much time you can really sit and think that way. But if you take the 4 method, then every moment we are trying to utilize it, and that will be the fastest journey. Thank you.